Welcome to Shirakawa-go's Gassho Village in Gifu Prefecture, Japan, a stunning UNESCO World Heritage Site that feels like a Japanese fairy tale come to life. This place is famous for its Gassho-zukuri architecture and the beautifully preserved traditional rural scenery. It's no wonder Shirakawa-go has become a top international tourist spot in recent years. But what are the must-see sights, the must-try foods, and the must-buy souvenirs here? And how do you make the most of your visit? Including getting around? Don't worry, we've got all the tips and answers you need in this video. So let's dive in. This charming village is tucked away in the Haida region, deep in the mountains of northern Gifu Prefecture, Japan. Because of its remote location and harsh winters, the houses here have these really cool steep thatched roofs. They've been using this design for centuries to prevent heavy snow from piling up. The roofs look like hands folded together in prayer, so the style is called Gassho-Zukuri. Shirakawa-go Gassho Village is recognized by the Japanese government as an important traditional building preservation area. In 1995, it was even registered as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site. Even though there's no railway running through this mountainous area between Hokuriku and Chubu, Shirakawa-go has become one of Japan's most popular tourist spots since it got that World Heritage status. And it's easy to see why. The village is stunning in every season and it is a year-round tourist magnet. But if you're not a fan of crowds, don't worry. We've got some tips to help you soak in the peaceful vibe of the village and make the most of your visit. A game-changing tip for your visit to this stunning village. Start your trip early. If you're just doing a day visit, make sure to catch the earliest bus to Shirakawa-go. Skip the tours, they're not worth it. We hopped on the Nuhai bus from Takayama, which leaves at 7:50 a.m. Arrived before 9 a.m. It was amazing because we got to see the village in its purest form, without the crowds. Loved every moment of it. Just a heads up, buy your bus tickets a month in advance. We saw a lady who thought she could just pay the driver on the spot, but the bus was fully booked and she couldn't get on. Her whole trip was ruined. Don't let that be you. When you arrive at Gassho Village, your first stop will be the Shirakawago Bus Terminal. All express and local buses to and from the village stop here. It's a small station in the northern part of the village, but it has everything you need. Free Wi-Fi, waiting rooms, restrooms, a bus ticket office, and a tourist service center where you can grab maps, travel tips, and traffic info before you head out. After you leave the bus terminal, take a left and walk straight south for about 3 minutes. Once you pass the intersection near the Hakusuin restaurant, you'll find yourself on the main street and in the heart of Gassho Village's tourist area. The busy open space next to the intersection is where you can catch the shuttle bus to the Shiroyama Castle Observation Deck. The Shiroyama Tenshu Tower Observation Deck is a free spot on the northern slope of Gassho Village, offering a clear panoramic view of the entire valley and settlement. It's a must-visit for anyone wanting to capture some stunning photos. But heads up, the observation deck is at the top of a steep, 400-meter-long hill, and the climb can be pretty challenging. If you're not up for the hike, there's a shuttle bus that will take you up for just 200 yen one way. However, if you're feeling energetic or want to save some cash, you can hike up the hill yourself. Just follow the path next to the open space, turn left, and make your way up the slope. The hike starts right by the largest Gassho-zukuri house, and the signs are easy to follow, so you shouldn't get lost. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes, but you'll probably take longer because the scenery is so beautiful you'll want to stop for photos. The view of Shirakawa-go Gassho Village, peeking through the trees, is breathtaking. Once you reach the top, whether you hiked or took the shuttle, you'll see the observation deck behind the restaurant and souvenir shop. Head straight to the railing on the cliff's edge to snap some pictures and enjoy the full view of Gassho Village. They also offer paid photography services if you're interested. Normally, there's a line of tourists waiting their turn to take pictures at the cliff's edge, but since we arrived early, there was no queue. We had the place all to ourselves, so we took tons of pictures and videos without feeling rushed. Now you know why we started our day at 7:50 a.m. The thatched houses of Gassho Village, covered in heavy snow, and look like something out of a fairy tale. After you've soaked in the views and taken your photos, You can stop by the souvenir shop next to the observation deck to pick up some mementos or grab a snack before heading back down the mountain. Once you've enjoyed the scenery at Shiroyama Castle Observation Deck, there's a forest trail near the slope that leads to another free observation point, the Ogimachi Castle Ruins Observation Deck. Ogimachi Castle was a small mountain fortress built between the 14th and 15th centuries, but it was abandoned by the end of the Warring States period. Today, there are no structures left, just some land features uncovered by modern archaeology. Although there aren't any monuments, the site offers another incredible view. Walk into the forest trail for about 30 seconds, and you'll see a small shrine and a little slope. The observation deck is right there on a bench above the slope. From here, you can take in different angles of Gassho Village through the trees. Definitely worth the short walk. After heading back down to the village from the observation deck, it's time for brunch. We're craving something warm, so we're heading to Shirakawa-go Restaurant Irori, a cozy spot near the Shirakawago bus stop that serves traditional Haida cuisine. The restaurant itself is a classic Gasho-zukuri building, which fits perfectly with the village's vibe. We thought getting there early would mean no wait, but we were wrong. It was only 11 a.m. and the place was already packed. So we waited outside for a bit. Don't forget to write down your name and the number of people in your group when you arrive, so you can get in line for a table. Once we finally got inside, the warmth of the place hit us right away. It felt like stepping into a cozy home. The restaurant has a historic, old-world charm, and we got to enjoy our meal while watching the snow gently fall outside. Dining by the nostalgic fire tables inside a traditional Gasso-zukuri building made the experience even more special. The most popular dish here is the Irori set meal, which is basically a deluxe version of the Haida beef green leaf miso grilled set meal. But we went for the vegetarian set, and the staff were super accommodating, making sure all the soups and ingredients were vegetarian friendly. And don't miss the tofu dishes. The fried tofu skin, in particular, was a standout golden and crispy on the outside with just a bit of that classic tofu texture inside. You really get to savor the rich flavor of soybeans. It was a true feast. When we stepped out of the restaurant, the village was starting to get crowded. All the tours seemed to arrive at once, and the shops along the main street had just opened up. The whole place suddenly came to life. As the afternoon warmed up, the snow covering the Gassho-zukuri houses began to melt and slide off the roofs like mini landslides. So be careful when you walk by the houses. This is actually why we arrived early, to catch the snowy Shirakawa-go in March, even though it's no longer winter. There are 3 main Gasso-zukuri houses open to tourists. These were once owned by the wealthiest families in the village. The Wada House, Kenda House, and Nagas House. You can pay a small fee to explore parts of these houses and see the unique structure of Gasso-zukuri buildings. If you're interested, pick one and take a look inside. As you continue along the path, you'll find Myozenji on your left. This temple, built in 1748, is a rare example of the Gassho-zukuri style in Japan. Inside, it's divided into 3 sections: the Kuri where the monks live, the main hall, and the bell tower gate. The block tower gate in front of the main hall was constructed in 1801. Not only does it feature the uncommon Gassho-zukuri style, but it also has wooden eaves on the ground floor, a unique design you don't often see in Japanese Buddhist temples. After checking out Myozenji Temple, take a right at the intersection ahead and keep going straight. You'll cross the main road and end up at the Encounter Bridge that spans the Shogawa River. The area near the bridge can get pretty crowded since there's a tourist bus parking lot just across from it, so you'll see plenty of tour groups and visitors from all over. Once you get off the suspension bridge, look behind the buildings on your left and you'll find the Gassho-zukuri Minka, an outdoor museum dedicated to preserving Gassho-zukuri houses. Back in 1968, some settlements near Shirakawa Township, like Kashura, were gradually abandoned as people moved away. To save these valuable Gassho-zukuri buildings, the local government relocated traditional houses from different areas to Shirakawa Township and set up this outdoor museum, Gassho-zukuri Minka-en, where you can see these century-old Japanese-style buildings up close. All the tours were packed on the bridge, so we decided to skip crossing the river and kept walking to the end of the village. There, we found another stunning spot that was way less crowded. 3 huts stood out in the fields, and this spot is perfect for enjoying the changing seasons of Shirakawa-go. Before the rice seedlings are planted, you can even snap some amazing photos of the huts reflecting in the water, a shot that many photographers dream of capturing. But honestly, they look just as beautiful against a snowy backdrop, almost like you're in the mountains of Switzerland. Now it's time to head back towards the bus station, and since it's afternoon tea time, we're going to show you some must-try items in this village. Shirakawa-go isn't just famous as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's also known for its incredibly clear and clean water. One standout treat here is the Shirakawa-go pudding no Li, which uses that fresh, local water to create a transparent water pudding. It has 3 layers of thick, transparent jelly at the bottom, pudding in the middle, and caramel on top. The taste is rich and sweet, and it looks amazing in photos. Even though it's transparent, the flavor is strong and fragrant. This is a unique dessert you can only find in Shirakawa-go. It even won the Japan Pudding Award in both 2022 and 2023. If you're tired of regular pudding and want to try something new, this is definitely worth it. Shirakawa-go is also famous for its Haida milk, so of course we had to try the milk ice cream. It was creamy, smooth, and had a strong, fresh milk flavor. Even though it was cold outside, we were determined to try it. Afterward, we picked up a bottle of Haida milk to bring back to the hotel. This 100-draw milk comes from dairy farmers in the Haida area of Gifu Prefecture and has a natural, mellow flavor that you'll fall in love with after just one sip. You can find it in the village's souvenir shops that sell cold drinks. Another must-buy item is the beans from the Mamakichi Hanpo store. They have a variety of unique souvenirs from Shirakawa-go, including bean confectionery made with seasonal ingredients from Haida. Whether you prefer sweet or spicy, there is something for everyone. These make great souvenirs or snacks for your next movie night. We originally planned to have afternoon tea in this charming Gassho-zukuri house, an old coffee shop called Rakudo run by a friendly elderly couple. It's a popular spot among tourists, not just for the coffee served in your choice of cup, but also for the delicious curry rice and toast. Their signature Japanese red bean soup is sweet and rich, cooked directly in a large pot over a charcoal fire on the hot table, and customers can drink as much as they want. The atmosphere and taste are truly one of a kind. Unfortunately, by the time we got there, they had already closed. Such a bummer, but now we have a great excuse to come back to Shirakawa-go next time. Finally, we made our way back to the same bus stop where we got off the Nui bus this morning and waited for our return bus to Takayama. This village is so unique and beautiful that one day isn't enough to fully explore and immerse yourself in this World Heritage Site. Next time, we'll definitely stay overnight to enjoy the romantic night scenery and experience life in a Gassho-zukuri house. In our next video, we'll cover all the different transportation options to Shirakawa-go, tips for booking accommodation, and how to join the winter illumination season in Gassho Village. Stay tuned!